Hey Virgo, welcome to Key Wisdom Tarot. Ruth here with your brand new January 2020 tarot reading. We'll do as we always do, my darlings. We'll look at sun, moon, stars. So your external actions and experiences in January. The middle section of the moon, so what's going on beneath the surface, what's driving these experiences. And then the stars, which is where you're going, the outcomes as we move into February, what lessons you're learning and you might learn because of these experiences that you're encountering. Now, I've been saying in these January readings that the tarot, when we read it, is like the weather, and your life is like the weather. So the weather today is as a result of the weather of yesterday, and the weather tomorrow is affected directly by the weather today. And that's like your life. So where you are today is because of where you've been, and where you're going to be tomorrow is because of where you are today. And so we read the nature really of your experiences, the nature of now, I like to call it the nature of now. And that gives us an indication of, the lessons that you might be learning, the things you might be encountering over this time period. Okay, so it's not like reading the future necessarily. There is no future. There's no such thing as that. There's only one, and we are all it all the time. Even if we don't realize it, that's the truth. So, well, is it the truth? You decide, darlings. Okay, so that's what we're reading when we're reading that's what I'm reading when I'm reading your cards. Okay, my darlings. So this is the energy, the underlying energy, or the theme, if you will, Virgo, for the month of January into February 2022. And it is the Emperor. So we've got this energy. There's a lot of I feel, there's a lot of security coming our way in the year of 2022. And I definitely feel for you, Virgo, this energy of bossing it, or trying to boss it, or wanting to boss it. And there's this kind of doubt look there that just creeps in, and it could be related to love. It could be related to love, whether maybe this is the year where you decide. It is the year of the lovers this year, 2022. It's the year of the lovers. This could be the year that you decide, this is the year that I want to meet someone. I want to move my relationship on or forward. It could be, but it doesn't. Whatever it is for you, you're feeling confident at being able to act in a way that is beneficial to building the life and creating the situation that you want to create. Okay, so let's have a look then at your actions and experiences. Wow, in the month of January. So we've got the Tower, we've got the High Priestess, we've got the Hanged Man, and we've got the Star card. So we've got all major arcana. So this means that you're not going to fail to miss the lessons of I'll say January 2020, but I'll say January 2022, but I'll say the year 2022 as well. You will not fail this year. You will not fail to see the truth this year, and to accept your truth, accept your reality, and to live your truth and to live your reality. And I was talking in some of the readings that I did yesterday about the towers. These towers that we have are our illusions that we create, and that we build them. So we tell ourselves, I can't do this, or I can't do that, and then we believe that we can't do this or we can't do that. And because we tell ourselves that and then believe that affects what we then do. It means that we don't try to do it in the first place, or we try doing it with thinking and believing that it won't work, so it doesn't work because you've already created that. And we then build this life around this idea, this belief that we have, that we created for ourselves. And we created it for ourselves because of all the things that have happened in our life. It's called aggregate consciousness. We call it in mindfulness. It's about mindfulness. Aggregate. So that just means it means all the experiences you've ever had consciously. These are they affect your perspective. They affect what arises. It affects what we think. It affects what we do, and that affects what experiences we have, and therefore it affects how we feel and how we respond. And that's how we build these towers. That's how we build a tower. So when we see the tower coming, this is the tower coming down. This is you recognizing, realizing, of course, because you're now the Emperor. That's the theme. So you've got to the top of the mountain. They're not just pictures for no reason. You know, you got to the top of the mountain of the emperor as the hermit. You've climbed up. You've allowed your intuition and your truths and your search for truth and your search for wisdom. You've allowed that to be your guide. And what's happened with that is it means that you are now recognizing, realizing, and therefore the recognition in itself destroys some of the beliefs that you have had, that you have held for about yourself for a long time. And it might be about yourself related to love. I just say that just because that popped up and was there, and I felt inclined to say it. Doesn't have to be. You know your life. The point is, my dear, is that the tower is about the fact that we've built our life this way because of disbelief. That belief affected my feelings, affected what I did, affected that then therefore cemented my world and The fact that we see the tower as the first card means that those with these cards with it as well means that those beliefs or a belief or you're realizing that connection between your thoughts and your feelings and your actions. You're realizing that connection between those things, and that's dismantling some of those beliefs, and it's therefore that's changing how you're feeling, and then therefore that's changing what you're thinking, and then therefore that's changing what you're doing, and that destroys the old world that you built for yourself. We've got new experiences coming in for you as this year goes on, as this year progresses. I can see it and I can feel it. You know, you wait until about March, April time, but you're definitely getting some new experiences coming in because you're listening to your intuition as well. You're listening to that mute, wise part of yourself, the mute, wise part of yourself that asked for this, that mute, wise part of yourself that said, I want to know myself. And you said that so quiet. Well, you say you don't even speak. You don't speak with words like I'm speaking to you now. It might be an urge, it might be a feeling, it might be something that you keep eating or something that you're addicted to playing on your phone or whatever. That's your intuition getting through to you saying, look at this, listen to this, pay attention to this. You asked for this. You asked to you say, you know what, I'm ready to face it. I'm ready to look at myself. I'm ready to dismantle some of the old views, some of the old ideas that I've had, perspectives that I have about myself, about something about myself, about something about my life. And this is you asking yourself to do that. This is that your intuition, your instinct, the non-physical you, that is so as much as you as the physical part of you, probably more, I would say, but whatever. There's no such thing as any of this, but anyway. But you know, when I say any of this, I mean form and matter, and you know. But I'm being very kind of, you know, I'm speaking mindfully. But anyway, I digress. So this is that part of you that you listen to, that part of you that it isn't your hands or your brain necessarily. It's your heart, it's your soul. What is that? Don't ask me. You can find out on Key Minds when I lunch. Anyway, so you're listening to yourself, you're being asked to listen to yourself, and you're asking yourself to dismantle these old ways of thinking, these old ways of doing. And when I see, especially when I see, to be fair, these three cards here are telling me that some of you may be isolated or may be ill or may be relaxing over the time period sometime in January, because this is a card of healing, of a healing cycle that you're going through. And the Hangman, I mean, I literally, for me, when I experience this energy of the Hangman, that's literally my position. I'll be in bed like that and I'll be there meditating for about 3 days and think, oh my god, yeah, of course, that's why I'm not doing it, that's why I'm not moving. I'm literally coming into enlightenment, awareness, trying to understand, trying to know what to next do. And I think sometimes we think, I don't know why we think that doing something means that we're doing something, and that when we're lying down that we're not doing anything. Why do you, that's one of those beliefs that we tell ourselves, that the world gives us and that we take on board as real, and it's just an illusion. It's not true. I mean, how can you not be, anyway, whatever, I digress. But you are going through healing in the month of January, but it's because you're asking yourself to dismantle. You're considering some of your beliefs, you're considering some of your perspectives, and actually understanding how those beliefs and perspectives affect how you feel, affect how you think, affect what you do, and affect your success and your ability to create success. Because look at what's driving all this change. It's your, for some of you it is wanting that love, that relationship, that family thing, and you've told yourself for so long that this, it's never going to work out for me, or it's never going to happen for me, or whatever you've told yourself, whatever your belief is. I don't know, but you know what it is. This is coming down, and it's actually coming down from this urge is coming from you as well. You've got that urge now of allowing yourself to feel that it's what you want, whatever it is you want, whether it's a family, it doesn't have to be. Got more relaxation criteria with the Four of Swords, so some of you could be having some relaxation time over and the Ten of Wands. So yeah, some of you could be having some relaxation time in the month of January. That's not it's not a mistake, it's not a problem, it's not, you're not gonna perish. Even if you feel uncomfortable, just know that you're in that situation. You've twisted your ankle, or you've got to isolate through COVID, or whatever it is. You're in that situation because you have to be in that situation, because you're learning something, you're seeing something, this voice is trying to speak to you, your inner voice, and this inner voice is your higher self, if you want to call it that, or whatever you want to call it. That is what's speaking to you, because it's actually getting you to hear the fact that this is actually something that you want. And because it's something that you want, and you accept that this is something that you want, that you can actually do something to affect the creation or the manifestation of this in your life, whatever this represents for you as an individual. This happiness, this abundance, this joy, wherever it's related to, work or family or relationships, kids, whatever, you are understanding that you're telling yourself on a level, on an intuitive level, that this is something that you actually now want to get and achieve. Do you know what? I feel like you could do it as well within the year, but for some of you. But anyway, we've got this energy of the Four of Swords as well. So again, this energy is it's respite, it's refuge, it's rest. It's in the mind. It's respite of the mind. It's rest of the mind. It's peace of the mind. It's taking that time to listen to your consciousness, to hear your consciousness. I mean, it's directly beneath that. And actually what will happen is you will, in a sense, deny to yourself, and that's fine. This is why you're still in the hangman position, right? You'll be in that situation where you deny yourself that, you question, is it really what I want? Is this really what I'm feeling? Is this, am I really ready? Am I actually ready? Because I feel like I'm, telling myself I'm ready, but am I actually ready? So this is you kind of questioning that. And what happens when we question that? We create that discomfort, that Five of Wands energy, Five of Swords energy, but also this Ten of Wands energy. And this is really great to see the Ten of Wands here, because we've got two tens at the flanked at either side, haven't we? And what this is telling us is that you feel the discomfort of that conflict, of that question, those denials. Is this what I want? I feel it's what I want, but I can't have it. Oh, what do you mean I can't have it? Why can't I have it? Well, why do I believe I can't have it? Where did those ideas come from? That's the process that you're going through, and it's uncomfortable sometimes, and some of you might be a bit stressed out about it. And that's why some of you might take a little bit of time just to kind of allow all this to settle in your body and in your brain and in your mind. However, when we see the Ten of Wands, we know that at least you're noticing the discomfort. And what happens when we notice the discomfort is we recognize that there's something we have to then release. Because if I feel this uncomfortable and it's because I'm telling myself this, I need to stop telling myself that, and then I won't feel so uncomfortable. That's what's happening for you in the month of January. So you get into that point of release, you get into that point of intimate knowledge and understanding of yourself, of your truth, of what's beneath the surface, which is exactly what the Emperor does and did, and that's why he's the Emperor, which is exactly what we see in the star card as well. These cycles, it's 8, it's 17, 1 and 7. So 1 is the beginning of something, and 7 is the number of mystery but of wisdom. So we asking these questions, the whys and the hows, and if I had a dream, how would I achieve it? And this is what I could do, and and all those things. And we asking all those questions, and listening to the answers that we give ourselves, and then we're responding to those answers, and we're looking at those answers even more fully and asking why is that the answer, etc. That discomfort and that is the friction that's going on beneath the surface. But what that friction is actually bringing you is into this wisdom, this understanding, and this healing. Okay, so let's look, and security. So let's look at the outcomes. Okay, so as we move forward into the year, as you move into February, we've got the Three of Swords. So we get the answers. You get the answer as to why you feel this way, why you've told yourself this for so long, why you built this tower. You get the answers. That's what this tells you, the Seven of Swords. And this is you also with the Seven of Pentacles. This is you realizing that you did it to yourself. Now, it sounds harsh, but it's true. Like, we build our own reality. You, listening to this now, created your own reality. The world helped you. Your experiences helped you. But if we both see a shooting star, you think it's one thing, and I think it's something else. It's about your life. It's not about what happens. It's about how you react to what happens. It's about how you respond to what happens. It's your reactions and your responses and your thoughts to what happens that creates these towers. Because we have to tell ourselves something to keep going. This is you realizing that with the Seven of Pentacles. You're realizing what you did, what you built, how you built this tower. And again, as I said, that friction, that we think it's so painful, but that is what we need in life, right? Because look, this is what gets us. Because once you release all the fear, once you realize that once you get rid of the tower and the blindfolds and the masks, then you see what you really are capable of. Then you see who you really are. Then you see how strong you are, how capable you are, and your capacity to love, and your capacity to achieve, and your capacity to move forward, and your capacity to heal and keep healing, and to transform and to keep transforming. You only see that Dharma, that truth, because you give attention to the tower that you built. Because you asked, why did I build that tower? Well, you will understand. And you might take time out to get to the bottom of understanding. You've got 3, 4, 5 of Swords. So this is a conscious, a trip through your consciousness, a walk through your consciousness in the month of January. And what this walk through your consciousness teaches you is what you built, what you believe, maybe to do with love, relationships, your ability to provide abundance for yourself, for others, etc., whatever that belief is. You will understand what this belief is. You will understand why. That's what these energies represent. Why you believe it. Where did it come from? Why did I think that? Why did I believe that? Why did I tell myself that? How does that affect me? How does that still affect me now? How does that affect my work? How does that affect my relationships? How does that affect my money? How does that affect what I do? How does it affect what hobbies I have? What friends I keep, etc., etc., etc. This is what you're getting. You're getting a self-discovery sort of moment, and you're going for it. I don't see no hesitation. I see there might be some pausing there might be some time out where you just, as I said, your car might break down. Everything might be on lockdown for a few weeks, so we might have no choice but to be at home. Whatever it is, you're meant to be there, and use that time to reflect and use that time to listen, because you're seeing number of mystery, 7 Pentacles. What's manifest with the number 7? You're discovering what thoughts and ideas you invested in, what perspective you invested in, and how you invested and why you invested in that. We all do it. That's what literally the human condition is about. That's what we all do. That's literally how we live and why we're here. To actually do this, to release these attachments, to recognize that it's not about what happens, it's about how we respond to it. Because it leads us toward these energies of the 9 of Cups and the 3 of Cups, the celebration, the wishes being fulfilled, understanding what your wishes are, understanding with the 9, the Hermit, understanding what you really want and feel and desire with the 9 of Cups, and then celebrating. This is the universe celebrating you, going, yes, Taurus, you did it. Taurus. Yes, I've just done Taurus, that's why. Yes, Virgo, you did it. You achieved it. You felt it. You listened. You got there. You responded. Well done, you. I can't wait to see what comes for you in this year, because it's going to be a good year. I know it's going to be a good year for you, because you're going to feel so grounded, This time next year when I'm reading for you in probably exactly 365 days, because I always read 22nd, 23rd and 24th of January or whatever. But yeah, in probably exactly that, I cannot wait to see your journey in the year of 2022, Virgo. I can't wait, because you're gonna feel so grounded and so connected to yourself because you've paid attention to who you are. Okay, my darlings, I'm going to leave it there because I'm scared it's going to stop in a minute. It's going to run out. But I really hope you like that reading, and I really hope you have a wonderful start to 2022. Even, as I said, your interpretation of, oh my gosh, I've twisted my ankle, I can't go to work. Your interpretation right now, sitting here, might be, oh my God, that's a bad thing. That's just your interpretation. That's just your tower that you built. Why is it a bad thing? Because it gives you the opportunity to listen to yourself. How can that be a bad thing? This is what we mean about the towers that we build, these attachments that we create, and how we do it by literally just perceiving, or it's called fundamental ignorance, actually, that aspect of our consciousness, that delusional consciousness. It's built on fundamental ignorance. So it means that we misinterpret our experiences. That's what we do. And it's a misinterpretation of our experiences that build these towers. Well, you're going to understand how you build these towers, why you built those towers, and the impact that those have had on you, and how they've restricted your actions, and how they've restricted your feelings, and how they've impacted on how you feel, and how they've impacted on how you think, and how they've impacted on what you do. And you will be celebrating 100% by the end of 365 days. I can guarantee you that now. But definitely, as you went to February, you will recognize the significance and the importance of the struggle of looking at yourself, because that's where you find your security. Not by avoiding who you are, but by engaging with who you are. Okay, my darlings, I hope you've enjoyed this reading. I hope you have a lovely festive season, and I hope you will be back here in January for Key Wisdom Tarot for your next reading, my darlings. Keep an eye out on Key Wisdom Tarot. I'm going to be doing some little snippets of my brand new mindfulness brand, tantric mindfulness brand, Key Minds. It's going to be amazing. I've been working very hard on it, so you'll be getting some little snippets between now and March before the full-on launch. So you need to, once you see the videos, click on them, get subscribing, so you'll get some extra little things. Okay, my darlings, thank you for being here. Have a wonderful festive season, and I'll see you all again in January for your brand new reading. Take care, my lovelies. Bye.